Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you guys about how everyone is lying to you about happiness. And maybe they don't lie to you, maybe they say it straight to your face, but they lie to you with their actions. They lie to you with the way they try to achieve happiness. And it makes sense. It makes sense. So, how do you really achieve happiness and fulfillment? As a man, it's different as a woman. Why is that? Well, I wouldn't know. That's what I mean. I don't mean to isolate. What I'm saying is I'm a guy. Well, I understand at the very core of my being, there is something very masculine, and I feel that energy. And maybe women have it as well. But what I know is, if you fulfill that which is in your core of your being, if you're a man, you will be happy. Duty, responsibility, burden. That's what I'm talking about. So what are people telling to you on how to be happy? What are people's opinions? Well, the way most people go for happiness is to do things that make them happy. Maybe they'll have a nice cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe they'll watch a show they like, which is all great. It's wonderful, but it's only part of the puzzle. And then what if there's a lack of happiness? What if there's a lack of fulfillment? What do you do then? Do you still try to chase those things that make you happy? Maybe video games, maybe drugs, maybe alcohol, maybe cigarettes, maybe going out and partying. All of these things are fun. People try to do fun things to make them happy. Maybe going on a vacation, eating sweets, eating candy. Fun, good feely things. I'm not saying you should abandon them. They're a very important part of your happiness because they're like giving yourself something, So I'm not saying to take them out. But what's the other side of the equation? It's doing hard things. Doing hard things will make you happy. Doing hard things will make you feel fulfilled. Doing painful things, going through painful things. If you're going to university but your love is for art, for instance, doing the hard and painful thing is dropping out, dealing with the consequences, but following your heart and following your soul. Might be very painful for a long time. However, if you embrace that and work through it, you will be happy. And the other option is a midlife crisis. So you only have two. You can't choose to not bear your responsibility and pain. You only get to choose when to do it and how to do it. Let's say you go to university for engineering. You work your ass off, 12-hour, 16-hour days of studying in school. Engineering is really hard, and let's say you're suffering through it and you hate it. You're not suffering because you love it so much and it's hard work. No, you're suffering because it's not for you. What's the right thing to do? Maybe you're suffering, but it's the safe route. It requires an action. Changing your major, abandoning school, starting a business in something you want to do. Those are the harder routes. Not because you have to work more hours, but because you have to confront harder things. You have to confront your fear of getting off the beaten path. You have to confront your fear of not having a mentor or a guide as you would in school and having to find one for yourself. However, the reward and the result of doing the harder thing will be fulfillment happiness, peace. It'll make all of those dopaminergic activities even much more satisfying. You'll know that you aren't chained to something. You'll know that you're free. You know that you chose your path and you're strong enough to take on whatever life gives you. And you'll know you're strong enough to take on hard situations. If, the economy crashes, if you get hit by a car, if a loved one dies. And it removes this fear from life and avoidance from hard things. And it gives you this sense of satisfaction and gratification. And then if the hard thing you're doing is your purpose, well, there's a whole nother level to that. That is beyond comprehension, how deep that can go. I don't even know how deep purpose can go. How energizing, rewarding, fulfilling, how much courage it'll give you to face your purpose. It's a rawer source of energy than coffee, times 1,000,000, going after your purpose. It'll give you the energy to work through nights and not sleep and be fully awake. So, if you're looking for how to be happy, and there's a lot of things that you want to do, but they're very difficult for you to do them, my advice, start doing those things. Yes. You know you need to. You hate probably when people tell you to do it because it's painful and you don't want to do painful things. If that's you, I'm not saying that's you. But if you've been avoiding things for a long time, you know you need to do it. If you don't have a relationship right now, you know you need to start dating women. If you're scared to talk to women and scared to go on online dating, you know you need to. If you're working a job and you're not doing what you love, you know you need to start doing that, even within the job, maybe on your off time, even if it's painful, even if you don't have energy after you work, you know you need to. If you're not happy with your living situation, you know you need to do whatever it takes to get out. If you're living in a small town and you don't like it, if you're living with your parents and you don't like it, if you're living with your partner and they're abusive, you know you need to get out of there. But it takes strength and courage. It's hard. It's painful. There's unknowns. There's fears. There's a lot. It's a lot. If you learn how to take those things on, if you learn how to move through pain, it'll be easier and easier for you. And there will be less and less situations that threaten you. And you'll be happy because there won't be this resentment for yourself inside of yourself for not being strong. Let's be real. If you're avoiding taking care of yourself, doing hard things and living the life you should be making for yourself, there's going to be resentment towards yourself. There's going to be self-hatred there. It's unavoidable. And the way you work on it, sure, you can practice self-compassion. That's incredibly important. But what's the root cause of it? What's the root cause? You tell me. So the key to happiness, it'll come so effortlessly and naturally if you do your work. Happiness is a reward you get from confronting hard things and doing right for yourself. And if you haven't done that for a while, maybe there will be a time you just need to put your head down and get to work. And it'll be lighter and lighter every day. Some days it'll feel darker. Some days it'll feel like you're so unsure, you don't know where you're going, but you stay in there. You'll come out. You'll come out of it better. Of course, there's fears you have to confront and live in. Of course, there's unknowns and uncertainties. Of course, there's shame you have to confront, guilt you have to confront, all of this stuff. You have to confront it, meaning it'll come up and it'll be stronger than you feel it now. But that doesn't mean it'll overtake you. That doesn't mean you're not doing the right thing in dealing with it. So if something gets stronger within you, that doesn't mean it's going to do that forever. It's getting stronger so it can release. Happiness is our baseline. The only thing that prevents us from being happy are when chores are added up that you don't take care of within yourself. And so that's what I say to you. Don't chase the candy, the coffee, the sweets, the addictions, the alcohol, the gambling, the avoidance, the whatever, the chasing for validation, the social media, the computer screens, whatever it is. Might feel good in the moment, but you're making yourself drown deeper and deeper in your own bullshit, man. Come on, don't do that to yourself. I'm asking you to go through it. I'm asking you to be a warrior for yourself. I'm asking you to go into battle, maybe get hit a few times, or maybe get stabbed. You'll recover. It's an emotional battle. Your body's in safety, you know. It's not like you'll die. But you'll have to go through hard things. I'm asking you to be a warrior for yourself. I'm asking you to see the dragon at your door and not run in the hut with the warm fire and eat your chicken. Because he's just going to get stronger and stronger. He's going to breathe your roof down and you're still going to run in that hut. And eventually he's going to breathe your fire out and you're still going to go in that hut. Then eventually he's going to blow your whole house down. And that, you don't want that to happen. Why? Because that is rock bottom. And then if you still don't deal with him, he'll eat an arm, he'll eat a limb until you have the courage to fight him. But by then it'll be much harder. So I'm asking you to face your dragons, okay? I'm not saying it'll be easy, and I'm not saying, I'm not saying that it's the default. I'm saying it takes courage to. And I'm saying that, you're the better person for it. I'm saying that good job for facing your demons. I'm saying good job for quitting school and pursuing the career you actually like. I'm saying good job for not listening to your family that's telling you to stay safe and do the thing you actually want to do. Be the artist, be the creator, be whoever you are. That's the harder thing. And I promise you will be rewarded for it. Because anyone that truly confronts their pain, not only are they rewarded in their character, but their life transforms. So I'm telling you to do the harder thing. Because that's what the world needs. The world needs courageous, strong soldiers. And if you don't feel like you have the strength right now, you do. The fact you're watching this video and you're still here means there's a part of you that wants it. The fact that you're even contemplating about your pain and you're not avoiding it and you see it and you want better for yourself, that's the part that has the strength. So you already have it. You just need to listen to that part that's fucking done with whatever bullshit you're dealing with and follow it. And he might be a crazy, the crazy man that runs into battle first and leaves all of his comrades behind. Maybe that's how it feels. You'll have to abandon all safety. And maybe you'll have to do that. But once you're in there, it'll become more familiar. It'll become less painful. It'll become less of a mystery. It'll become less stressful. You just need to give yourself time to learn and understand both your pain and the environment that exists beyond your pain. You need to give yourself time to explore that. So that's what I'm asking you to do. For yourself, for the world, you'll be a happier, stronger, fulfilled, incredible human being if you go through that journey. If you keep on going through that journey, you keep on taking on the battles you know you need to take, instead of running to your cottage. Now, I'm not saying the cottage is useless. Even a warrior needs a nice place to rest, rejuvenate, relax. He needs a home. He needs a place to recover, which is the food, the fatty foods, whatever, the addictions, all of that. You need comfort, the candy. You need that stuff too. However, it's complementary. Slay the dragon, you rest. You slay another dragon, you rest. You give yourself as much time you need to recover. But once you're recovered, just know there's another one at your door. And when you make it a habit and a hobby, I was going to say a hobby, slaying your dragons, that's a fun place. That's a really good place to be. And how do you make it a habit? The same way you make anything a habit. You do it. You learn to do it little by little. And what you'll learn is that any dragon you face, no matter how scary, there's similarities between all of them. And when you gain strength, you can use that strength. Maybe one dragon you need to be an archer, and you need to gain your archery skill up. And the next dragon, you need like ice magic, so they can be different. But in the end of the day, they're just dragons. And once you've faced one, you face them all. So maybe your relationship dragon of not having a relationship will need different skills and different training than your career dragon of pursuing your dream career. Okay? I'm not saying they're the same. But once you start slaying dragons, you get the confidence, you can learn the skills to slay your other ones. That's a good place to be. Anyways, Sean, over and out. Stay safe, keep it real. Love you guys.